welcome to this special breaking news edition of Across the Bifrost, the Mighty Thor podcast, where on each and every episode we explore the world of Marvel's Mighty Thor. This is legacy number 2 of this breaking news format, when something happens in the world of Thor that is so monumental that we cannot wait but talk about it. I am flanked by the original crew of the Warriors 3. Myself, Will Rose, and Faz are here. The immortal Faz, as he likes to as he's named it.
Well, Ryan, as this news is talking about, I might need to find a new superlative, folks. Perhaps I'll start calling myself the ultimate Faz until we can figure it out. I'm still immortal for a couple more months, folks.
Until you end with legacy number, I don't know, what is it?
Do the quick math.
786, maybe?
That sounds right. It's close.
Yeah, here we are, us three. Like, what is this, like 2023? Like, what is going on here?
What a throwback.
What a throwback. 2023.
Is this a Jason Aaron retrospective? What is happening right now?
What is happening?
Fans of Eric, he will be back very soon. He is having so much fun at an Indiana Pacers game tonight. So
he's pacing himself. He's pacing
himself.
That's true.
Though Faz did make this comment in our pregame that without Eric, we are significantly less planned for tonight. But then in the afternoon, this breaking news broke. Faz, do you want to just tell people what the news is, and then we can break it down? And we're also going to review a comic at the end here. So we're kind of doing a few things on this episode. But Faz, take it away.
Listeners, for a little while, they've been teasing this. Only an immortal can die masthead on the Immortal Thor. Now we know what it means. The story of Immortal Thor is ending with Immortal Thor 25 in July. After that, there's going to be some sort of hiatus, and then Al Ewing's bold new take on the God of Thunder shall begin. Notice the language. Bold new take on the God of Thunder. Not necessarily on Thor Odinson.
Yeah.
I am really intrigued. I'm very concerned because I don't want there to be a hiatus. I would like this book to keep rolling on schedule. But I understand that this has been Al's plan since the beginning, and I can't wait to find out what the new superlative is going to be. I think it should be the Mortal Thor or the Super Mega Dead Thor, perhaps. What do you guys think?
I'm a fan of Super Mega Dead Thor.
I think Super Mega Dead Thor is good.
Zombie Thor.
The zombie. I can be the top.
Zombie. Yeah, I like that. Or just throwback. Let's do throwback Thor, and just we'll go back and do some old school.
Yeah,
way back.
Fun.
Backstories from the 80s. You know, just
untold tales of Thor.
Untold tales. Throwback Thor. So I mean, we kind of knew this was coming, right? We knew there was going to be a death. Marvel loves to relaunch and put new number ones out there so people buy books, but a 25 issue run is pretty big, in this day and age of comics. Not just a 6 issue, 12 issue miniseries graphic novel, but 25 issues is a pretty good couple year run for a comic book in this day and age, in our short attention span era of comics. And so to relaunch maybe a new legacy number, they're going to eventually get their way to 800, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, this is pretty exciting in terms of what they do and hiatus and build up the hype around it. And we'll be there for it. That's for sure.
That so true. Well, when you said we've kind of seen this, we knew this was coming. I think
Jason had 6 number ones in his 100 book run.
Right.
God,
because God of Thunder, New Thor, Mighty Thor, Unworthy Thor, Thor, God of, or just Thor, I think at the end, and then
King,
War of the Realms.
when they're King,
and the King,
and the King Thor,
yeah. So 6 or 7 if you count War of the Realms as one.
Well, and I mean, he did some stuff with the original Sin tie-in. There was so much. Jason wrote so much Thor back then,
and so many Thor ones.
Yeah, I think the part of this that I find the most interesting, and you guys tell me what you think about this, is what Faz said, the hiatus ending at 25 and then not knowing what comes next. I was just assuming we were going to have 25 Thor dies, and then in 26 we just pick up the story with or without him.
I am devastated. I thought we were going to continue. I didn't think like this is the first real run. Because like for halfway through Donnie, I was monthly, right? This is the first real run that's gone on for this long, that's maintained this quality, and is throwing one of these fucking loops in here for me. I finally understand how you guys go through it. Like when Aquaman quits every 5 minutes, Ryan, and I'm just
That's true. That's true.
I'm not feeling good. I need them to leak what happens next, because the last Legacy #1 breaking news was just all super good news about where the God of Thunder was going.
Oh yeah.
This one is like, where's it going to go?
And that breaking news that Martine was on it, we were like, what?
Yeah, right. It was Al Ewing, and it was Alex Ross, and it was Martine Coppola.
Oh yeah, it was.
We were like, speaking of the greatest current artist we've got at Marvel right now, Martine Coppola was able to announce he's doing a 3-part connecting cover, listeners,
fucking
for
awesome.
the death of the Immortal Thor, starting next month. Make sure you pick them up. They look fucking insane. I love that we get a bit more Martine. Hopefully they'll let him do variant covers as we go. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared, boys.
Just real quick on the variant cover front, Faz. The variant cover to Immortal Thor 23 features Thor and like a bunch of heroes like Spider-Man, Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Sif's in the background, and then there's a little guy in the bottom left-hand corner holding an action figure dressed as Thor, and I am convinced, my headcanon tells me that is either a youthful version of Christopher Fazio, or it's Faz Jr. or Faz Boy or Kid Faz or Kid something Faz. Like that.
Faz Boy.
It's definitely Kid Faz. J. Michael Straczynski has fucked up the timeline, and here we are. Kid Faz.
That's Kid Faz.
Yes.
That it's just nice to see that I was in the first issue of Immortal Thor, because Martine had that Thor cosplayer in it, and now I'm here.
This is your second appearance.
It's second appearance of Faz, so make sure you pick that up, guys. Third appearance if you count my letter.
At some point, there's going to be a surfer in the background surfing, drinking a beer while they're surfing.
What do you mean, Will? I can see Beta Ray Will right now on that cover.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. There it is.
We also have. Oh yeah, Beta Ray Bill is in the back.
Beta Ray Will, yes. Beta Ray
plumage. The cover of 24 that Martine did is the Gods of Midgard, but also Donald Blake is there with his acid sunken eye sockets.
Yeah,
and then and
Tornos in the background.
Yeah, but didn't he die?
I wonder if like his true death is going to be showing all of the villains of this run together.
Okay. Because there's no sign of the Minotaur here. We haven't come back around to Dario. But well, tell us how you really feel. Then the last one is a statue, like a bronze statue of Thor with some pieces of like debris and skulls around it. A very focused on Thor kind of issue. But I'm a sucker for connecting covers. I'm going to buy every single one of these. Will, is there any one of these covers that gets you especially hyped for this breaking news?
I love that first one just because it's the classic Martine from issue 1, and the classic costume and the people around, and it's got Faz Boy or Kid Faz, what do call it? I love that so much. The end one is like you have that statue, and it's kind of like a tribute, so it's almost like a gravestone or grave marker, of. So I think that's kind of where it's leading, but I love it that they're wrapping up this series where it began with Martinez as one of the artists for the cover. It makes the most sense because he started it. Let's end it from there. So, and
honestly, like when Arrow ended, they put a bronze statue of the Green Arrow on as the last image of him. And the fact that we're getting a bronze statue of Thor, I'm like, all of my favorites are dying the same. What is happening?
Yeah, they got to make it count. We know he'll be back. Thor's not going anywhere for a long term, but
maybe they got to make it forever. It could be that this is the last Thor story. They could have decided, never mind. It's anywhere between the 4th and 10th highest selling comic every time it's out.
This will be across the Aquaman podcast.
across the Atlantic Ocean.
Across the Atlantic.
With your host, Ryan Doze.
And Silver Surfer Will.
Why'd you say my name so weird? Ryan Dopes. I had somebody at one of my stores today be like, does anyone ever pronounce your name Does? And I was like, yeah, not always.
Not every day of my life.
When you first introduced yourself to me, I was like, this guy's name is Ryan Does. What do you think he does?
Oh, you're so original.
And don't. Who says Ryan don't? There's probably a lot.
Ryan doesn't. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Ryan doesn't.
I have learned that Googling my name is a terrible idea.
Ryan does what? Only one way to find out.
Yeah, it's so open-ended.
Yeah.
Speaking of Martine doing the variant cover, the connecting Death of the Immortal Thor covers, we are getting new artwork in the interiors from Justin Greenwood, who's not an artist I'm familiar with, but I'm curious. Faz showed us a few of his posts off of his Instagram page. This is his first work for Marvel, so I'm very intrigued.
I am too.
I have Faz theories surrounding it. Given that 25 is by Jan and Justin, I think, and allow me this theory for a moment, listeners, that this is Jan passing the torch and Justin will be the ongoing artist for whatever comes next.
Interesting.
That would be my guess. It could not be, but I think because Thor's going to go to the true heaven according to the intro, right? He's striding into Vidplane.
Yeah.
So I think that perhaps Justin is going to do all the heaven stuff and Jan is going to do all the what's left on Earth.
That's interesting. That's an interesting
Thor
idea.
setting up whatever comes next up in heaven under Justin's art, and then Jan would do the regular stuff that we're used to. And then the torch could be passed going forward to him being the new artist, or perhaps it's only for this issue and they'll find somebody new to do it with the new one. I don't know, but that's my rogue theory, my film theory, my Faz thoughts.
I mean, honestly, I'm not familiar with Justin's work, so I'll have to wait and kind of reserve my thoughts on that.
I started following on Instagram, and I really like it. He gives me Stuart Eminem vibes in terms of his art. And if they do like a flashback or two different versions of Thor and go back and forth, that makes sense. And then, since this is his Marvel debut, I'm a little weird. I doubt they're just like, oh, you're going to give you a whole book, but maybe they're kind of stoked on him and their work on this.
I mean, like they have to be ongoing, though, right? If it's going to be, you get to end this run, like this 25-issue run.
I like his art a lot. I stalked his Instagram and like it. So Justin, if you're listening, I like your art. We'd love to talk to you.
But one other thing, speaking of art, we're excited for Justin. We're excited for Martine to come back. Excited to see how Jan ends that part of this story. But this Alex Ross cover is beautiful. Maybe the best one he's done. Here are the characters that are on this. We've got Thor, kind of his cosmic starry face in the background, but in the foreground we have Angela, Balder, Beta Ray Bill, Loki, Uller, Sif, Tyr, and Jane Foster. Some of these characters we've seen quite a bit of. A lot of them we have not seen a lot of in this book. So that makes me very curious as to why they're showing up on the cover now. Does anyone else get that vibe? I'm like, why are all these kind of like? Well, Sif's been around, Uller's been around, Loki's been around.
But if it really is death, all right, near-death experiences, life review, your life flashing before your eyes, like all the people that are important to you come to the forefront of your mind as you're saying goodbye or seeing the light or wherever you're going.
Has Angela been in this run at all?
Very briefly during this brothers and sisters story.
Yeah. So why wouldn't you have all your cast of characters and people you love the most there with you in your final breath, final death, wherever you go next, transition, next chapter, whatever you want to call it?
I think that everybody makes sense. I think everybody makes sense except Angela, and I bet Alex Ross just really likes to draw Angela.
Why would that be, Faz?
We got a couple issues.
Because she's freaking sweet, man. Look at how cool the costume is.
Oh, I appreciate her intelligence.
I like the sword and the gold and the fiery hair, and the
braids. Such a man.
Braids are cool.
The braids are very cool. The like armor, like legitimately, her costume is.
As someone who doesn't have hair, hair's cool. Hair's pretty cool.
Can confirm hair is cool.
Can totally confirm. Guys, is there anything else about this breaking news that Immortal Thor is ending in issue 25 that we need to talk about? Because then we're gonna break down Doctor Strange of Asgard #2 real quick, because our next episode that's going to be coming out is all about the Ultimates, and Faz requested an unlimited time run on that.
So with this breaking news, I want at least 7 minutes on Ultimates.
At least 7. I'll just say, like, reassure. I just want to reassure our listeners, like, you know, even though Thor dies, this podcast isn't going to die. Like, don't worry. We're not going to.
Guys, we could always read JMS. We could always read Kirby and Lee. There's enough stories to keep us going.
Stories.
Even read Jurgens.
We're going nowhere.
Yeah, we're going nowhere.
We're going to nowhere, the place where the Guardians of the Galaxy hang out.
There's TVA. There's other Asgardian things that will happen. We will be there with
Strange is in Asgard right now.
Right now, and we're going to talk about it. And I guarantee you there's going to be a movie or a TV show or a deep cut Asgardian reference in Daredevil.
Thor's in Doomsday. That's a good point. You make some good points.
Thor's going to be in Doomsday. Yeah, we'll be here. We'll be here. We're not going
to be in Doomsday.
Yep. In a world of crazy uncertainty, just be certain, friends. We'll be by your side.
We don't know how much the comics are going to cost. To be fair, could be $4, could be $8, could be $162,
$13 by the time that Trump is done with this.
The last time we did a breaking news episode, you could rest easy that we were all just amped, so excited, couldn't wait to get going. Now we're scared. We don't know where it's going.
We're nervous.
We're nervous. We trust the process.
I'm not scared.
We trust Al Ewing.
I'm scared. I'm not scared.
Will's not scared.
As the elder statesman who's been around a long time around comics from you young kids out there, we'll be okay. There'll be plenty of comics to talk about.
In my heart, I know that this is just marketing to work with Al's 50-book plan. But that little bit of my brain is like, what if it's not? And I'm stressed. I'm struiced. The struggle is real. Ryan, are you struiced as well?
I'm a little struiced.
Ryan's struiced too. I had to shine my Mjolnir today to calm down, folks. It was not good.
Be not afraid. God. Like Easter on 420, we'll be back and we'll be higher than ever.
I can't believe you just rolled with that, Will. To be clear, the rings on my metal Mjolnir get tarnish on them and need to be polished every so often. So I had to polish them.
You're tarnishing
what I did.
Podcast right now.
When I say I'm rubbing the staff of my Mjolnir, I mean that in a very in a very literal sense. I took a piece of steel wool and I buffed out the metal on my
wool.
Steel wool. Gross. Open message to Cynthia Fazio. Hey Cynthia, you might want to keep tabs on this guy. Oh my God. Well, guys, the breaking news is a lot of fun. We do want to talk real briefly about Doctor Strange of Asgard #2. This issue came out, and you're going to be listening to this review before even our Ultimates review. But this was the big, like, Thor adjacent book that came out this last week. Issue 2 of Derek Landy, Carlos Magno, and team's little One World Under Doom tie-in issues. This little side quest where Strange has come to Asgard because he's no longer the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth after the results of the Blood Hunt event from this last, forever ago now. We're in the midst of the One World Under Doom story, and Strange is having this little side quest off in Asgard, learning a lot about the lower class, the lower tier, the castes that don't often get talked about in Thor books, which I think it's probably universally was our favorite thing about the first issue.
So good.
Was that Derek Landy did something that it seems so simple. Like that you would talk about people that Thor doesn't directly know in Asgard. And there's references to like, do you guys pray to Thor? And they're like, sometimes.
In a world where everybody that we ever see just knows Thor personally and are all part of the aristocracy, like being able to see just like a guy in a mead hall being like, I don't know what to do, but I'm Thor damn angry about it. I'm going to go pray to him later or whatever. It's nice to see what they do.
And Holt, who's just a rom-com author who's really wants to write stories
love
about
and laughter,
love and laughter stories.
Yeah.
It is
Doctor,
so good.
What do they call him? Dr. Tiny Man, because Strange, he's like Strong Gay, and he's like, what a strange name Strong Gay is. He's like, my name is Strange. You just said it out loud. I don't know how to say Strong Gay.
As a name.
And then they're like,
Dr. Tiny Man, whatever.
Dr. Unusual? He's like, no, Dr. Strange.
Like Strong Gay. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Screw you, man.
I just want to share that, like, this is a surprise for me. Like, I was like, oh, roll my eyes. Oh, they have to take Strange off grid or out of the game for one World Under Doom. But I was like, okay, they're in Asgard. This could be pretty fun. But the details of like behind the scenes or the everyday person in Asgard is very fun. I don't know what has Landy written before this.
Well, I think we talked about this last time, that he's known for like these mystery stories.
Yeah.
People love, apparently a Derek Landy mystery is a thing. And
the writing is so sharp. Like,
it's
so witty.
It's
so good.
Funny. It's like only murders in a building except Asgard. Mm-hmm. So like
fucking bingo.
Or like Knives Out. It's like that. Yeah. That exact vibe.
And since murder mysteries are all the rage with podcasts out there, let's make a comic book about it. But it is I love it. And I know, some of the art, we've talked about the art and, faces and bodies and those kinds of things. But in terms of the detail of the detail around, like, there are some comics you read where they focus on the people and the background is kind of, they don't have time for the background art, but like in terms of the details of Asgard and the mead pint in the background, the bar is there's no skimping on any details from the background art or what's going on in the world.
It's some phenomenal action scenes too. Yep. Some crazy shots of fighting.
I love this book. I really do love this book.
To follow up just real quick with the Derek Landy question, he's a writer of like novels. He has a series called the Skullduggery series. He has a lot of books in that series, it looks like. But he also, this is one we're going to be a little bit more familiar with, guys. He wrote the miniseries All Out Avengers and Avengers Beyond. So he was the writer behind those. So he's written our guy before. But I come back to the story. Like, this picks up right off where Loki was supposedly the murder of Hulda, this Asgardian sorceress that Strange had to make a connection with. Strange spends most of this issue trying to figure out how he can cast a certain spell to investigate or get rid of her body without anybody noticing, which seems really, really shady. But he's like, hey, when you're as powerful as I am, you can't just like go to Midgard. They notice that. You can't do this because this would be noticed. And even what's the guy that's kind of his Watson in this?
Aslak the dumbass or whatever his name is.
Aslak the dumbass. Yeah, he's
the perpetual apprentice or something to the effect of that. Yeah,
he's like
eternal apprentice.
Why can't you talk to Thor about this? Aren't you friends with Thor? And he's like, yeah, we probably shouldn't. He and Loki don't get along.
It's a really good explanation, right? Like the scales of the universe, if Thor never trusts Loki again, are really out of balance. And I don't want to be the one who ruins that, right?
That, Faz, great point there. I think the story does a good job of explaining why Strange can't handle the situation certain ways.
Yep.
And it actually adds to the cerebral, kind of police procedural kind of aspect of this. We had talked about that previously, that it feels like a police procedural, but in Asgard. And that idea alone, I think Derek Landy deserves A+ marks for. And the execution is so good.
The writing, like, well, everybody always says I'm too gullible and I'm way too trusting and that it's always going to screw me over. So anyway, what's up, Strange? Oh, yeah, I killed your boss, but don't worry, it wasn't my fault. Okay, cool. How can we fix this? Like, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
So good, so sharp, so witty.
Dumbass. Oh,
lovable dumbass, though.
There is one I really enjoyed the scene. Maybe we could talk about this favorite scene or favorite thing from the book specifically. I loved when Strange was seeing all the patients.
Yes.
And then he's like, well, I think I've got a cold. Oh, I think my foot fell off. And then the old lady's like, I have a rash somewhere. You want to see it?
Want to see it?
Oh, God, please don't.
Which reminds me, when I was a youth pastor and I had some
Will of the rash that he had yesterday.
Which you know, I'm in an elevator with my teenage boys in my youth group, and some teenage girls come in and they were like, oh, we're going to talk to these guys. And I turn to Brandon and I go, Brandon, how's that rash going? And the girl's like, what? He's like, I don't have a rash. I don't have, what are you talking about? And the girls are like, get off the elevator very quick. Oh, Brandon and Brad.
You ruined that poor kid's life.
But my favorite scene, I love it when like you have, what's her name's Roskva. He's like, oh, you're the troll. What the
troll strangler?
Yeah.
The troll strangler. And then they immediately turn the page and they show like her battling the trolls and why she got that nickname. And I think that that's very true, right? But I think that the art in itself of like all the trolls, all the people, all the weapons and the snow, like it is very, very good. Like I love it when you turn the page. They plan the comic right and they do something, they kind of pause a moment and you turn the page and then you see the action there. Man, it's just great comic book writing. Oh, Brad deserved it 100%.
For me, my favorite, because you guys have covered the things we already talked about, the Aslak thing, was just seeing Clea and being like, honey, sweetie baby, what'd you get yourself into this time? It's, oh, you wouldn't believe it. All this fucking shit happened. Can you? I have Loki right now. Let's go talk to them. And then like just that whole thing of like Strange and Clea are together and they're still together and the relationship is fine and strong and they're not going to ruin it for no reason because he's lost the Sorcerer Supremeness or whatever. I really enjoyed that and how we got that splash page of him using the Crimson Bands of Sidorak and her using some other stuff. That looked freaking sweet. So I think like love that. Love seeing healthy relationships in Marvel because as we know, they only let them last for 6 or 7 issues before they blow them all up forever.
Which like I would love if someone like and maybe this is what like Strange doesn't have an ongoing book right now. But you know, whoever gets the next shot out of
What do you mean? Strange of Asgard is his ongoing book.
Until the 5th issue, and then it's suddenly not ongoing.
Yeah, sad.
But like whoever gets that next Strange ongoing series, if it could just be like established, like I am not breaking up Steven and Clea. I'm just not gonna do it. Yeah. Like because I would. It's like Reed and Sue. You can just like kind of assume they're gonna be together at this point, and I like that stability in a book. And I wish Steven had that.
There are so many different ways to create drama in a comic book. It doesn't have to be, I'm fighting with my spouse and we're on again, off again, right? It's just like there's so many things that Strange has going on. It could be whatever villain you want. Right. It doesn't have to be, oh yeah, and Clea's mad at him again because he missed family dinner or something. It's like, come on.
But that's just like a little.
He hasn't been taking bats out for walks enough, or whatever the problem is. Yeah.
Like, like I would love that for Thor someday. If it was like if there was a Thor run where it's like, no, Thor and Sif are together.
Sif specifically, thank you. Yes,
Thor and Sif are together for this run.
That's some character growth from you, Ryan. I like that.
I think there's a book where they are together. Maybe we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, maybe there is. Maybe there is a book where they're together. Possible.
Where they're underneath a tree.
Stay tuned, listeners.
Intertwined like a world serpent.
Yeah, intertwined like some roots underneath a tree.
Oh yeah, baby. Well, now you're speaking my language. We're getting back to the coin flip issue.
With the world
that
serpent.
Branch is standing tall.
Oh yeah,
for the love of God.
The world tree is erect.
Across the Bifrost used to be such a good podcast. Now all they talk about is wieners.
Look, I was legitimately.
I love Across the Bifrost back in 2022 when they talked about comics. Now they just got.
Ever since that Faz guy got here, it's so much more sexual.
Listener A, do you still listen to Across the Bifrost? Listener B, I dropped off when they started talking about wieners too much.
Josephina's parents, we love you.
Yeah, that's true. Josephina's parents. Joe is still our favorite letterer. Don't worry.
100%.
Yeah, he's god tier. So, guys, any other like final thoughts on Doctor Strange of Asgard? It does look like with the upcoming solicitations, Thor is gonna get involved in this because it's Asgard. Eventually, Thor has to find out what's going on.
Well, he's not that omniscient, you know.
He's on the cover of 4 or 5, and he's going after.
They pray to him. Like,
Fez, I think Thor's going to be dishing out ass whoopings eventually.
I don't know. Thor's in the Utgard realm right now, buddy.
See.
He's taking on thunder gods in Storm. He's taking on like Ares in the Miles Morales book.
No, he's in Utgard. None of that's happening. Those are all fake Thors. Those are all imposters.
Fake Thor. Fake Thor. I don't believe it.
Fake Thor.
Not mine. He's not my Thor. I didn't vote for him.
They told you it was Thor. They were lying. They were wrong.
I don't know why.
I know where the real Thor is.
He's getting a little yippy. You know, yippy.
Thor was getting a little bit yippy, so I decided to let him be in Strange of Asgard, but only
Put a pause. I'll put a pause on that Thor business because
I'll put him on hiatus because the
90
readers
days.
were getting yippy. That's all.
90 days.
100 100+% tariff on Asgard. Thor would be like, yeah, hold my fucking beer.
140% tariff on Marvel Comics. They will respond by raising the prices by 2 times. They will move their factories to Canada.
I used to love the Across Bifrost before they were political. I love that podcast. Now they just.
I love the idea that someone is going to go back in a few years. They're going to listen to this podcast all at once and be like, "What are they talking about?"
No. They're going to know. They're going to be like, "Oh, right before the Great Depression, too, Electric Boogaloo."
This was the great origin of it all.
Back when comics were only $4 American or $6 Canadian.
$4. Yes. Okay, everybody. There are a few other Thor books, adjacent books that are coming out soon. I just thought you might want to know what's going on. If you're not reading Miles Morales Spider-Man, which I was not until this first issue of the God War story, Cody Ziegler and Marco Reina are the team on this book, and I think it's issue 32 where the God War starts. It is so freaking good. And I'm not a Spider-Man reader. I'm like one of those weird comic book fans where I don't read Batman, I don't read Spider-Man, and I don't read X-Men.
Don't even read Absolute Batman. Weak.
I don't read Absolute Batman. I still have not read issue 1. I love that there's one of us here that will defend each main Absolute book.
I love all of them. What are you talking about?
They're so good.
You have one favorite.
Geek Comics.
Yeah. Absolute Wonder Woman. No, I'm kidding.
Absolute Batman. That's right.
And it's Absolute Plastic Man coming soon.
It's obviously
I read the fuck out of that. I read out of that.
Well, would that not kick so much ass?
Oh my god!
Oh god!
Let's have Brian K. Vaughan and Stuart Eminem do Ultimate Plastic Man.
Brian's just trying to tell us about Miles Morales.
Okay, go ahead.
Miles Morales Spider-Man. He just got out of this storyline where he is now bonded.
What's the book actually called, so I can find it?
It's Miles Morales : Spider-Man.
Okay.
So
I have half a colon. Because
I've still got my whole colon, in case anybody's wondering.
He's got a hole in colon.
Back in 2012.
Oh god. You got this right.
So much better when they stopped talking about each other's colons.
I loved this podcast before they talked about colons.
What is going on? Eric leaves for 1 week. And it all goes to
He's going to go back and listen to this like, what the
He's going to be the one that was like, I used to like this podcast. What happened?
Eric's like, this podcast is dog shit without me.
Why did I listen to this podcast back in 2022? I don't know.
Wow.
Go for it.
We're like self-immolating. So Miles Morales basically gets caught up with this deity, this spider deity, and this spider deity is drawing like a lot of attention to itself. And Ares comes looking for this spider deity. I think his name is Anansi. But then Ares is picking a fight with Miles Morales, and wouldn't you know, Thor and Hercules show up to whip the shit out of Ares' henchman, a character named Zip Zephyr. And
nice.
Hercules and Thor show up, and the way Cody Ziegler writes their dialogue is so fun. Like, it is for those of you that maybe like don't like the or you're just not vibing with the depth and the complexity of an Immortal Thor book, this is the book you might like, because the dialogue is very quippy and it's very fast and it's a lot of fun. Hercules especially has a few great lines in there where Zip Zephyr says, "Let me down," and Hercules is like, "Fine," and he slams his face right into the ground, a la, Loki and Hulk in the first Avengers movie. It's a lot of fun.
A wrestling fan would love that.
I would love that. So that book is a lot of fun. Also, King Loki. So not the Loki that we're used to in Immortal Thor, but like old school, like evil Loki. King Loki is still in the Spider-Gwen book, and there's a lot coming up with that. The Phoenix has been introduced to that book. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that Stephanie Phillips gives us a King Loki versus Phoenix fight. I'm not even like, that's just completely wishful thinking. So I would love for that to happen. And we're not going to talk about it a lot right now, but we will be talking about Storm and Thor showing up in Storm with the all new line of Thunder Gods. So, the writer for Storm and, I'll just say it, future guest of the podcast, Luciano Vecchio.
Wow.
He designed these Thunder Gods that Storm and Thor are supposedly going to face off against in an upcoming issue, and they are badass. So I'm really excited about that. And if you're not reading Storm, at least pick up issues 7 and 8, which I believe are the issues that Luciano's doing art for. I read issue 7 the other day. It is fantastic.
Is that on Marvel Unlimited, or is it just a single issue right now?
Single issue right now, just came out. Number 7, like, there is artwork in there, guys, that is evocative of like I don't know, like I'll tease you guys with this. He does a version of the Black Winter that is bonkers good. Like it so good. So
you got me.
Those are a few other like kind of cleaning up. This breaking news-ish episode has turned into a lot of things. So guys, any final thoughts? We'll wrap up our breaking news Doctor Strange of Asgard review kind of cleanup episode.
No, I just, man, Doctor Strange of Asgard is sneaky good, and glad I'm reading it and looking forward to see where that goes. That's the only like kind of side quest on One World Under Doom that I'm reading in terms of like spinoffs. There's other things that I'll grab if the buzz starts rising high and people are like, you need to read this. But main book and then this one was kind of what I'm doing with that.
Have any of us touched Superior Avengers with Malekith?
I think the first issue comes out next week.
Oh, the first issue hasn't come out yet. Okay.
Yeah. So it's next week. So I may depending on what other books are on my pull and how much money, I'll see what that looks like.
The design for Malekith is cool. I really like. I think RB Silva did that. Maybe.
Oof.
I could have that totally wrong. Faz, do you have any final thoughts before we hop over the Rainbow Bridge and blow this popsicle stand?
Listeners, I'm scared still. I'm excited. I might need to polish my hammer a couple more times, and we've got a lot of fun Thor stuff coming up. So, like Will said, we will persist. It's all going to be okay. And that Malekith look on Superior Avengers looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, we may have to talk about at least the first issue. We'll see if we can get it into the queue. So everybody, thank you so much for checking out this breaking news bonus episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to reach out to us, you want to tell us how much Across the Bifrost has improved or not improved, or
we will do a letters page. Give us reviews. I'll read them.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
You know what? We've been
even if that we suck, he'll read it. Faz will read it.
Yeah. He is the Ron Burgundy of this podcast. If you put it on the teleprompter, he will read it.
He's gonna read it. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
I like how you guys say that every time immediately after Faz is the Ron Burgundy of our podcast. I've never once said the quote, just you guys say it.
I know, it's so good. It's canon.
The best. It's my favorite, one of my favorite movies of all time. Come on.
But if you want to reach out to us on Instagram, that link is in the episode description. You can also join our Discord, where we have a small but mighty band of Thor core enthusiasts, where we don't just talk about comics, we talk about sports, share memes with each other, really anything that nerds on the internet would do. But we talk a lot of Thor over there, so that you're more than welcome to join us over there. That link is in the episode description. And we have a Patreon where you can get pre-games, early episodes, and we throw some bonus episodes out there from time to time. We also got, that's where we kind of say breaking news, like people that are going to be on the podcast, interviews we have coming up, things like that, things to get hyped about. Patreon is a great place to look for that. What'd you say, Faz?
I just said get fired up. Supporting you. Get
fired up, everybody. He requires that you get fired up, become inflamed with all the Across the Bifrost hype. And just remember, everybody, whether you're breaking news on the conclusion of a run of comics, whether you are solving a mystery on the streets of Asgard,
whether you're listening to us while polishing your hammer.
We do not judge here at Across the Bifrost.
We're hammer positive.
You know what? We are hammer positive. I'm positive I don't know what we're talking about anymore. But everybody, just remember to do one thing, and that is to stay worthy.
That's my favorite quote.
We are grown children.
The fact that I said we're hammer positive on a podcast, I'm very proud of myself.